Hello everybody, welcome to Coco's Crochet. I'm Litsa and this is Coco, and today we're bringing you a little roundup on our experience at last week's Crochet Conference here in Sydney, Australia. And it was an Australia-wide event, so we were able to meet quite a bit of Australian royalty there as well, let me tell you. And I just thought I'd bring you along my experience and share some of the wonderful people that we met, and also, some of the stalls that were there that you might want to tap into yourself. And everything is, Australian made and grown, and it is a good opportunity to support Australian made. Doesn't matter what part of the world you're in, I'm sure you will enjoy this episode because there are some international stars in there as well. So Coco is going to have some apple. So I have chopped it up for her, and oops, I did drop some. Let's take that back because she's going to want that. So she'll say woof woof to you for now. Here she is, all rugged up because it is very cool here. It is a beautiful sunny afternoon though, so you might see the sun rays coming in. So I'll pop her down on the floor, give her apple, and come right back to have a chat with you. Oh, there she goes. Oh, here you go, sweetie. Oh, I'm sure she'll enjoy that. So you'll hear her munching away in the background, I hope. Yes, I can already hear her. She started. Oh, and I found one more piece there. I don't want her to miss out. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'll pop that over there. So, as I said, last weekend, which was actually, it ended on the Saturday. So the National Conference started on the 1st of June. And he went to the 3rd of June. Now, the 1st was a Thursday, the 3rd was a Saturday, and that's when I was able to go. And let me show you a photo of me attending. I was so very excited. I got onto the train in the morning with my girlfriend Simone, and we made a whole day out of it. She didn't want any photos of herself, so Simone, you could have been in the photo with me. Anyway, there I am, so very, very excited. It was a whole day event for us. We caught the train very, very early in the morning. Got into the city, which was just hustle and bustle from the minute we walked in. But when we entered the conference center, it was just our whole universe was in one place. So many like-minded people, so many workshops, so many presenters, so many displays, so much to take in. Let me tell you, when I came home, I took a few hours to debrief. It was just so awesome. I had been planning, gearing up for it for a few months. I didn't do any of the workshops, but I will tell you about some of them, but I did go to some of the presentations, but none of this would have been possible. So I want to say thank you so much to our yarny friend, Fran. And Fran is all the way from Queensland, but she's the one that told me about the convention, the conference. And let me tell you, Fran is a superstar, a rock star in her own right. She knows everybody. So thanks to Fran, we got to be treated just as royal as she was. So thank you so much, Fran, for introducing me to the Crochet Guild of Australia. I actually didn't know it was a thing. I thought it was only something that overseas like America had. So now that I know we have our own, I'm definitely tapping into everything they have to offer. So thank you so much, Fran. Now, I actually don't know where to begin, so I'm just going to get started with saying to you that thanks to Fran, we got to meet Jenny King, who is the Queen of Crochet in Australia. Now, let me show you Jenny. Some of you may have seen her. I think it was on the project on the Friday night. So it was on the 2nd of June. They did a little segment on the Crochet Convention, which was awesome. Now, Jenny King has been described as the Queen of Crochet, and she is a past president of the Crochet Guild of Australia and one of the first 4 founding members and directors. And she's actually, the director of education. Now, let me tell you, Jenny was made famous many, many years ago, 30 odd years ago, I'm guessing from memory, maybe a little bit longer, when she crocheted her very own wedding dress, and it went viral. She's done workshops all around the world. I do know that she has multiple patterns, which you can go to on her website and have a look. She just has so much to offer in the world of crochet. So thank you so much, Jenny King. You're just an amazing ambassador for crochet in Australia. So thank you, and an amazing ambassador for Australia at that. Thank you so much. And Fran and Jenny go back many, many years. I can tell you that I think in 2014, they all... whole group of them went on a cruise and they ended up in America, and it was just amazing showcasing their work. Speaking of showcasing their work, I have been so humbled after going to this conference, after meeting so many amazing crocheters who've been crocheting for 30, 40 and 50 years, and some newbies like myself. And, you know, it was just amazing, the talent that was there, and they're just so casual about it. Oh yeah, I created this, you know, just, you know, over a couple of weeks. Something like, for example, Sophie's Universe as an example. So it just amazes me how these people, their experience that was in that room was amazing, and just listening to them talk. So, you know, we had some lunch, a little group of us had a lunch, including Fran and myself and Simone, obviously, and just listening to their stories, how their, you know, their journey started and how it's evolved over the years. And they're all so in touch and in tune that everything that's going on at the moment. So they haven't just stayed back where they started with their original stitches. They're actually more advanced and have progressed further than myself, for example. So as I said, it was just an amazing experience. I'm going to hold on to it dearly and, you know, just think about everything that they were talking about. So let's just keep moving, because this video is going to go on forever. So let me start with some of the people that organized the event, and they were just so gorgeous and very giving of their time. Everybody was so friendly on the day. So this is Samantha. She is one of the organizers of the conference, and she wants to be known as the Nigella of crochet. So I believe that we can make that happen. But look at this stunning, it's like a shawl, it's not a wrap. Like she said, oh sweetie, it was only 94 motifs. You could do this in no time. And it is absolutely stunning. So again, somebody who just thought nothing of what she was wearing. She was actually she presented all the speakers as well and interacted with them and asked questions. So she was a very important part of the event. So thank you so much, Samantha. And this lovely lady, Jenny, look at her shawl. I believe it's made from Noro. Now the shawl that I'm holding is actually a pattern by Jenny King, and we were very lucky. I won't show you the pattern at the back, but she gave it to us for free. You know, anybody that attended could pick it up, and they've actually tied it at the ends. So when you create the shawl at the ends, and they made it into a shrug. So I thought, let me just hold that up. I'll just grab my glasses because it's got a special name as well, the Carolyn shawl. So, you know, there it is there. And there it is there in real life. But as I said, they created it into a little shrug. So that were two of the lovely organisers of the event, and it was so wonderful to meet them. You know, at the front desk, they had more than enough time for all of us. So it was just so beautiful. Now, there were multiple workshops going on over the 3 days. I'll just name a few for you. And then also each and every day on the hour, and every hour from 9 a.m. till about 3, 4, 5 o'clock, there were also presentations, and I went to a few on the Saturday, and I'll tell you about those. So, excuse me. So Jenny King, she actually did a few of the workshops. She did the Get Squared, which taught you how to, you know, size garments so they fit perfect every time. And she also had a workshop on the shape shifting shawl, which is what she was actually wearing. So I'll show it to you up close. And she talks about how we use all our geometry that we thought we'd never use again. And she shows you not only how to do it in squares, but in circles and other, you know, shapes. So that was awesome. So I got to take a photo of her wearing it. And I do believe she used Noro yarn to create it. Absolutely stunning. So that was that. Soon you're going to meet a huge celebrity as well, which I think most of you will know overseas. It's not just for Australians. So Deidre, UYS, I'm sorry if I've said that wrong. She is the amazing creator of Sophie's Universe and Charlotte's Universe, and she did quite a few of the workshops, including Sophie's and Charlotte's Universe and rag rugs and advanced stitches. Look at that smile. How lucky was I that she took the time as she was running off to her next workshop to stop and talk to Simone and myself. And again, thanks to Fran, because Fran has done pretty much all her workshops, and Deidre was more than happy to have a quick chat with us and also, you know, take a photo. So thank you so much for that, Deidre. Really, really do appreciate it. Now, there was also some workshops on mosaic crochet, and one of them also included Tina Thuradoro. I'm sorry, I can't say it probably. She had like a purse. She has a purse. Someone put that on as a workshop. There was also planned pooling, which I have tried. It's a little bit tricky, and I think, for me, I think it's a bit overrated, but that's just me. I'm not saying that, you know, it's not gorgeous to look at, but maybe I wasn't doing it right. Anyway, so there was also a hexagon dog coat by Jill Rakic. Now, Jill, I've got her card here somewhere. Here we are. So this is Jill's card. She is such a beautiful human. She sells a lot of her patterns online. At the very end of the day, and I'm sorry I'm jumping from the beginning to end, she took the time to just show us how to add beads to our work. And she also does workshops on that. And she has this amazing lantern pattern, and it's got hundreds of beads in it. And if you want to find her online, and also everyone that I'm talking about, of course, I'll put them down in the description box. Such a beautiful human. But she does also hexagon dog coats, and she had a workshop on that, which was awesome. There was also Mastering Cables by Lynda Tomkins, and I do have a little photo of Lynda because she was an awesome part of this event as well, and I'll talk to you about her. There was also Crochet for Beginners, Tunisian crochet. There was also Freeform Stitches, which is very popular, I think, at the moment. And then we got to meet another super, super amazing human, and I'm sure that all of you will know who she is, especially the people who love Amigurumi. So let me just show you a photo of our beautiful Erinna Lee, another awesome ambassador for Australia. In the daytime, she's a cancer researcher, so of course she can't give up her day job. But by the evening, and also just for her downtime and for fun, she started creating amigurumi patterns. And let me show you some of her work and where else you can find her, in case you don't know her. Look at all this cuteness. This is the type of work that she does. You can find all her patterns in either books. For example, this book here, Amigurumi Parents and Animals. I absolutely love this book. And then she has her work also in I'm not sure if I can say Pick-a-Pow, all the books, the Amigurumi Treasures, Zumigurumi, just to name a few. And she also has individual patterns for sale, I think on Etsy and Ravelry. But if you just Google her, she comes up. She's also got little YouTube, very short videos where it shows the books where, you know, she's got her patterns. Oh my gosh, her little story was amazing, and how she sourced her cotton, and she even spoke about how, you know, she started off just going to Spotlight like the rest of us. But let me tell you, the yarn that we saw there was high-end yarn, and I will show it to you soon. So it was so lovely getting to speak to her. Funny story, when I walked in, of course, I had to use the bathroom, and guess who I nearly knocked over at the door? It was Erinna. And then there she was presenting. Her mum was in the background, and she was videotaping her. It was just so beautiful to see, you know, such an amazing human, and has gone so far, and yet he's just so humble and just so normal, and, you know, just spoke from the heart. And it was just so beautiful to, you know, sit down and see her hear her presentation and watch her. So another workshop that people were doing, sorry, it got called off, but you could still tap into it. So if you look at that shawl that I'm holding there, it's called Breakaway Crochet, and the creator of it has a YouTube channel if you want to go on and visit her and have a look. It's actually Lisa Houndshell, but I will put her YouTube channel down below. And basically what it is, it's continuous motifs. So you make them and you join as you go. So you can create many, many projects using it. She did have this little handout which shows where you can find her, but I'll just show you a few of her little patterns. So there's the heartstrings, noughts and hearts trim. That's so pretty. Then she had the cow, beautiful. This is gorgeous. Look at this granny square. I love that. And look at this gorgeous doily. Very, very pretty. And then she also has the fancy heartstrings granny square. So that was just an example of, you know, Lisa's work. We got to meet her on our way to lunch. She was just hanging about the foyer, as you do when you're at these places. We had a little chat with her, exchanged, you know, details and what have you, and it was just so lovely meeting her. And I learnt about something new that I didn't know about beforehand. It was a shame that her workshop got cancelled, but that's okay. I'm sure she'll be able to put it on at another time. Now, before I showcase some of the yarn dyes that were there, and there were so many, but I've just picked a handful so this doesn't go on forever. We also got to meet this lovely, lovely lady, Lynda Thompson. Here she is. Sorry, Tomkins. Lynda, look at her beautiful crocheted skirt. Fran was actually wearing the longer version of that, and she's got a little mobile phone holder there. Now, Lynda has, she's up in Queensland, but she has classes that she puts on all the time. You know, look at this gorgeous. And also what she does is she puts on retreats, but that's for usually been only up north, so the people living in Queensland. But so this is basically where she is. If you want to have a little look at that, but I will link it down in the description box. So the great thing is that Lynda was taking expressions of interest to possibly put on a retreat here in the Hunter Valley. So if anyone is here in Sydney, Australia, all around Australia, if and when that happens, I'll let you know. So maybe that's a great place to, you know, attend, hang out, meet, or whatever. Just, you know, I'm just so excited that it might be going ahead. So I'm definitely going to be sharing that with you if and when it does happen. Now, while we were there, we got to touch and feel so much amazing hand-dyed yarn. The talent overseas and in Australia is amazing. How these people actually do this astounds me, and some of them have actually made a business of it. So I'm not doing it in any particular order, but I am just going to go to the first one and show you what we saw. Absolutely beautiful. So here is the Australian wool store. Now, that's Catherine there in the background. It was almost like a whole shop was set up. So I'll read the little blurb on the back that I've written, but I will show you some of her, so here's her little card. And that's what it looks like on this side, absolutely. So it's it was Margaret is her sister, and Catherine is the founder or the owner. So, oh wait, and this is what drew I wanted to see her little display as well. How gorgeous is that? All made out of cotton, and you can buy the little packs that you need. And I think that's a ripple blanket down there. Anyway, so let me just show you the skeins of yarn that were hanging on one of the walls, and I'll read out what Catherine says. So Catherine's based in the outskirts of Sydney. She's in an internet-based business. She loves yarn, coffee, and dogs. Already, I'm in love. So she sells hand-dyed yarn, commercially dyed yarn, and undyed yarn, so you can actually dye it yourself. She also sells knitting and crocheting accessories, patterns. She has lots of patterns on her website as well that are paid for and for free, which is great. And she also has a mystery yarn club, and currently the June one is $55 for sale. So that was, you know, Catherine was lovely to meet and, you know, have a little chat to. She was very, very busy, but she did take the time to have a chat to us as well. Now, this young lady, who is based in the Snowy Mountains, is actually known as the Lush Corner. Very, very nice. And let me just show you all her different yarns. So she is based in the Snowy Mountains, and I will just read this here because I can't see with the light, and then I'll show you again. Their ethos is that they have socially and environmentally responsible products. The fibres that are included in their yarn, and we got to touch them all, it was amazing. Hemp, cotton, organic wool, nettles, Australian merino, Tibetan yak, silk, linen, bamboo, and even a recycled sari yarn. I don't remember seeing that one at the conference, but I certainly have seen it online. So there we are there, absolutely gorgeous. And I can't zoom in because obviously it's not a camera, but over there she had different jars and bottles, and she had made, you know, little holders for them. It was absolutely gorgeous. But the amazing, what amazed me was all the different fibres that you can use to, you know, create yarn. It was just gorgeous. Now, this is a beautiful story. So this is the Natural Yarn Company, and this is the lovely Alicia. Now, Alicia has a lovely story, and there she is, gorgeous young thing. Now, Alicia and her mum, Catherine, are based in the outskirts of Sydney as well. They're near bushland and beach, and the inspiration for her yarn colours comes from the floral and the fauna in her area. Now, Alicia only started in 2022, so she's very, very new, about a year and a half. But let me tell you, her yarn is spectacular, and you can see it all online. She started dyeing natural fibres to crochet for her then newborn son. Her background is in fashion, and I believe her mum was an assistant principal. So together they work very, very well together. They also offer classes for beginning knit and crochet for about $25, and the first one coming up, or the next one, is the 18th of June. They also do markets all over the Sydney area, not just based where they live. And they also have a yarning circle, which is like a little crochet group, and it's only $15, which includes light refreshments. So I thought that was really cool, a great way to bring the community in their area together. So that was Alicia. And then we had, oh, this is such a cool story. So this is Fibre Art Shed, and this is Claire. Love Claire. She was hilarious. Love Claire. So Claire is originally, I believe, Iowa or Idaho. I'm sorry, Claire. I should have written it down at the time. She's a bassoonist, and her background is in music history. But about 11 years ago, she came here with her husband, Paul, and they operate a mini mill in the New South Wales Central Coast hinterland. And they use local fibres, New Zealand and European fibres. And she was such a delight to chat to, beautiful. And she had a couple of young girls there that were crocheting away and were wearing their little beanies and were so proud of it. So awesome. Just absolutely loved hanging out with Claire. So thank you, Claire, for your time. Now, we've already spoken about Jill's Crochet. Now, this is Call of the Yarn. So this is Samantha. Look at all that beautiful, oh, they're up close, all that yarn. Now, Samantha is based in Sydney. Her grandmother taught her to crochet. She dyes her own yarn, but reason being she couldn't find the colours that she wanted. And I heard that a lot when I was there from quite a few people. So thank you, Samantha. Again, you know, you can find her online. And then we have Jokamamo Textiles. And let me just show you mother and daughter. So Marianne is the mum, and she's based in Sydney. She has been hand dyeing her yarns since 2015, and she uses merino, silk and cashmere. And she has gotten inspirations of the places that she's lived, including Australia, New Zealand and Asia. And she also has like project bags as well. And again, you can find them online. Absolutely gorgeous. It was so lovely talking to the mother and daughter team. Very, very nice. I saw that a lot there, which was beautiful. And here we go, speaking of mother-daughter team. This is Hodgepodge Skeins. Now that's Kaz. This is her card, which is actually showing us that there is an marine advent that is being sold at the moment. And she puts all that kit together for you. It is $240, but what you get in the kit is 24 mini skeins, 20 grams in either 4 or 8 ply, full skein, 100 gram dyed yarn, and it is priced at 240 Australian dollars. So that's what she's got going on. But let me tell you a little bit about Kaz. So Kaz was a delight to talk to as well. She's located in the Blue Mountains, and her love of colour led to yarn dyeing because, again, she couldn't find the colours that she wanted, so she created her own. She's inspired by her surroundings, and it's 100% Australian yarn from woolen mills that she uses to dye. And again, you can find her online, Kaz online, and you can go and, check out anything that you may wish, to purchase or just to peruse and see what's going on. Now, something a little bit different. So this is Carly. So Carly was such a delight to chat to as well. She's only just started her little business, and you can find her on Etsy at Sunny Days Art Designs, and she does mugs and, little project bags and pillows by the looks of it as well. So, that's someone that you might want to have a little look at. So she was really sweet to talk to. Now, most of you, maybe overseas as well, but definitely in Australia, may know Craft to You. They're an online store. This is Nicole. It's amazing what she has on offer. I've bought a huge hook from her in the past. Lovely to deal with. Very professional, very quick, but they have yarns from all around the world, including all the ones, from America that, my friend Simone and I just were in awe of all of them. So it was amazing. That was awesome. Now, this is Lucky Last. So Stitchy Witches. So Patty. She does amazing crochet kits, the Persian tiles. I don't have it here, the photo, but it's online. It had sold out completely at the show. And she has a variety of, notions and pouches and yarn and accessories. Just it's an online store. So it's pretty cool. And also she gave us this little needle conversion chart, which was very handy to have. Very nice. Now, Lucky Last, all I need to show you now is just some other displays, so you can see some of the work that was there. There was a lot of felted displays as well, and some big baskets, as you can see down there, and some shawls and things. And again, some bags and other items that were on display. They weren't manned by anybody, but it was nice to have a little look. So that was pretty much my experience at the Crochet Conference. It was just such an amazing event, and I wish I had gone, to every day, but unfortunately I was working. But Fran was lucky enough to go to many workshops, and she did report back that she had a wonderful time. So Fran, put anything down in the comments if you want to share any of your experience or experiences there as well for everyone to share. But once again, thank you so much, Fran. You made the day extra special. As I said, you were a true rock star. Every single person knew you, and you were so kind and generous with your time. And I think it just made our friendship a little bit closer. So, when you watch this, Fran, hello and thank you. I hope you had safe travels back home, and you can, chat to everyone there about your experience in Sydney. I hope, you have fond memories as well of, our little hometown here. So I am looking forward to hopefully an upcoming crochet retreat in the Hunter Valley. I've never actually been to the Hunter Valley, believe it or not, even though I live here very, very close by, a couple of hours away. So if that happens, I'll let you all know. And there was talk that the crochet conference would either be annually or biannually. So I wonder, when that decision will be made, and when it is, I'll let you know. But I will certainly be trying to go to the next one. If it's interstate, I'll start saving my pennies from now, because, I just think it's just a special time to gather with like-minded people and just learn so much. I just learned so much on the day. From all the experience around me, and just even what was available. I didn't realize that we had such amazing yarn dyes here. I know that sounds silly, but sometimes we get caught up and we don't actually look further than where we are. At the moment, I really haven't used any high-end yarns like the hand dyed, and just feeling and touching them, you understand why people, they say takes your crochet or your knitting, but your crochet to the next level, because it is just amazing, the feel of it and the look of it, and also the experience when you're crocheting it. So I can totally understand why people get hooked, pardon the pun. Anyway, on that note, I just want to thank you all for spending a little bit of time with me so that I can debrief about my amazing experience at the Crochet Conference. And thank you once again for hanging out with us. Coco enjoyed her apple and now she's having a true disco nap, so I can't wake her up to say goodbye, but she says woof woof. I say take care, and we shall see you all again in another video. Bye bye everybody.